So hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Friday. Today, I have the great pleasure of being joined by Kumar, Technical Program Manager at Transak. Transact is a developer integration that lets mainstream users buy cryptocurrency within your app or your website. Now, if you've been in Web3 for a while, it's easy to forget how difficult it is to get into this ecosystem in the first place and how difficult it is to get started with buying your first cryptocurrency, especially now in this multi-chain world. There's so many different cryptocurrencies, and maybe the one that you want to buy is maybe not available on your maybe not available on Coinbase or something like that. So the example that I want to lay out is acquiring tokens for a new chain. So and the example I'm going to give is kind of like a long example to kind of put you and orient you in the mindset of a new user. So I'm going to walk through this example as a user who's completely new to blockchain and Web3. So suppose my friend is a painter, and she's making the leap into Web3, and she's launching her first NFT collection. So as a new user, I don't know exactly what NFTs are, but I know that I definitely want to support her in this new venture. And these NFTs are going to give me some special perks, like access to an art gallery, as well as early access for bidding on items. So I know that I want these NFTs. And she's launching these NFTs on the Moon River network, and she's selling her NFTs for Mover. So no problem. As a new user, I just need to get my hands on some Mover. So let's say I know one person who's been in blockchain for a long time. So I call him up and I say, hey, look, I need to purchase Mover. I don't have any. So he gets me set up with a MetaMask wallet. And so I got my seed phrase. I know what I'm doing now, but I need to get some funds, right? So he says, no problem. All you need to do is create a Coinbase account. Here's my referral code. Go through the identity verification process, wait 3 to 5 business days for the verification deposits. The deposits that are 12 cents, 9 cents, they go into your bank account. Then you need to find them, and then you need to put them in the correct order. If you get it wrong, and then your bank account gets rejected. So that's kind of a hassle. Then you need to scan your passport. You need to wait a week for it to be manually reviewed. And there was some glare on the photo that you took, so now you need to take another one. And so finally, you can now buy Ethereum on Coinbase, right? But now you need to create an account on KuCoin. You need to send your Ethereum to that KuCoin account. Then you just make a swap for Ethereum to Mover. Now you withdraw your Mover. And now finally you have Mover in your MetaMask and you're ready to buy those NFTs. That was a lot. How many new users are going to put up with that process? Remember, we're trying to onboard the next million users into Web3, and not all of them are going to be technical enough or have the patience to put up with a process like that. Fortunately, there is a much easier way, and that's what Kumar is going to talk to you about today. Transact is a developer integration that lets your users buy cryptocurrency in your app and website. And with Transact, you can integrate and onboard mainstream users into your DApp, your protocol, your game, your play to earn very quickly and easily. So Transact handles all of the KYC, the regulation, the compliance, the different fiat payment methods that you use, as well as the different crypto assets that are listed. Kumar is responsible for partner integrations and experience. He and his team help partners integrate with the Transact system, and they facilitate pre and post integration technical support and guidance. Please be sure to put your questions in the chat box. So there's an ask your question box. You can put it there or in the chat box. We'll find it either way. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Kumar.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. I think 50% of my work you have already done. You have spoken to Transact. I can't believe it. So that's an amazing, and thanks for the warm welcome, and thanks for the great introduction that you have given about Transact, and also talked about the kind of work we are doing in the capacity of partner integrations and the experiences that we are providing to our partners. Thanks. So what I would like to show to the viewers how we are integrating, how we are facilitating and allowing our partners to integrate with Transact. It's just 5 minutes integration. I have done. I have created a dummy website where I will be showing how a developer or a non-developer, maybe a product manager, or any person who has the slightest knowledge in technology, they can directly just copy and paste our code and just right away go and do the integrations. So what I will do, I will share my screen with you. Let me know if it's visible to you.
I got it.
Awesome. So this is our widget. This is so widget has 4 stages. Our global widget, which the partners integrate for facilitating buying of cryptocurrencies to their users. This is the first page, the home page, that is called the exchange screen, where the users can see the quotation prices. Quotation prices, I mean to say, for the cryptocurrencies against the fiat currency. They can choose any cryptocurrency over here, like DAI, then ETH. You can see ETH is available on the native network, then Arbitrum, Optimism, Mainnet. They can also choose the networks from here. And against any fiat currency that is available in the dropdown, they can buy it. So for me, it is showing India because I am currently located in India. So what it does, it chooses the country based on the IP location, and also the minimum cap, the minimum amount that the user is supposed to purchase against any crypto asset. So let me do one thing. Let me choose GBP. You can see the payment methods that are available with GBP against ETH. This is the calculation. So we believe in transparency. We show to the users the calculations, the fees that we are charging for this purchase. So once the user has seen the quotation, then the user can go to the next step from the exchange page. That is the wallet page. I will just put my wallet address over here. Just give me a moment. Yep. So this is the order confirmation page. So this is the second stage. Not necessary, not the second stage. Basically, this is the third stage. The second stage would be the KYC. For me, already the KYC is done. So that's why it is not asking for the KYC information, where primarily the users are supposed to enter their information, like I will show you over here, like the first name, last name, email ID, mobile number, and a few government documents which are supposed to be, which are basically mandatory depending on the location of the user for doing the transactions. So for me, the second step was jumped because I have already done my KYC. So I'm jumping to the third step, which is order confirmation. So I can see the order details over here. I confirmed it. I can see the consent message, the terms and condition. And this is simply complete your payment. So I have chosen the option of bank transfer. In bank transfer, what happens that the users will get the bank account details. It is basically an individual virtual account that is created individually for all the users, and they need to go and they need to pay to the bank account in like 45 minutes, 60 minutes, depending reason to reason. Yeah. So my payment is done. I can track the order over here. So it is in processing state right now because I have not done the payment. Once the payment is done, automatically over here, it would be updated that the transaction is complete, the order is confirmed, and also the user will receive an acknowledgement mail of the deposit of the crypto to their wallet. So this is a very general flow of buying a cryptocurrency that I have shown to you using the payment method of bank transfer. Now, let me show you how to integrate it. So this is the integration process. Don't worry, I will show you how it will be done actually when it comes to the coding part and launching it on a website. I will just show you the steps over here. So there are 4 steps basically. First, a partner needs to log in onto the partner dashboard where they will get their API keys. So partner dashboard is basically a tool or a dashboard where they can see the number of the volume that is being generated over a period of time. There is also an option of choosing the time range in which they want to see the number of orders, the volume, or the revenue. The order history they can see over there. They can also download the order history. There are several setting options available also on the partner dashboard, which is basically used for the KYB purposes. That comes to the next step where the partners need to verify their business. They just need to upload a few documents, and using once those documents are uploaded, we have a very with considerable expertise, we have the operations team available who will verify those documents within like 48 hours maximum. That's a maximum timeline I'm telling you. Sometimes it happens also within like 1 hour, 2 hour. So once the document verification is done, partner can go live after that. Suppose once the KYB documents are uploaded in parallel, also the partners can go ahead and do the integrations. They can do some round of testing using our staging environment. And once their integration is done, the toggling from staging environment to the production environment is very simple, which I would be showing you once I'm talking about the different options of customizing the widget and different options of passing the query parameters. Once they go live, they can start accepting the orders. So these are the 4 steps. This is how the partner dashboard looks like. Maybe I will show you directly on the dashboard. Let me open it over here. Yep. So this is what I was talking about, the partner dashboard. Here you can see the option of environment, staging environment and production environment. Maybe I will choose the staging environment. These are my account details. Then this is the total number of total completed orders that has the conversion that has happened, the total volume that is being generated, the partner fees, the commission that the partner would be able to the basically the revenue the partner is able to generate. This is the order history where the partners can see the order details. The names are like self-understandable over here. Order ID, wallet address, at what time the order was created, what is the status of the order, whether it is completed, whether it is pending from Transact, whether it is cancelled by the user, whether it is waiting for the payment from the user. So the orders, the statuses of the orders are pretty clear. What was the payment method that was used, the fiat currency, then what was the fiat amount, against what crypto asset the fiat payment was done, the network used, whether it was an on-ramp or off-ramp. So all of these, like these are self-explanatory. Wherever the partner login, they can once they place an order on the staging environment, they can see the details over here. Then comes the developer section where they need to collect their API key, which is basically a unique identifier into our system by which we recognize our partners' request. So any request that is coming from our partners, that it's supposed to be sent using the API key. This is the public API key, and this is the secret API key. So the purpose of secret API key is basically on the webhook integration side that happens server to server, where the partners, if they want to know about the order details, if the partner is interested about querying the partner information about any specific order or about the user data, so they can use the secret key to query those all details, which are available as API options to query. Next comes the settings. So while partner is signing up on the dashboard, they will be asked like the email address. This email address should be a corporate email address, like suppose info@transact.com. So I have just created my sign up, so that's why you are seeing kumar@transact.com. But ideally it should be a corporate email ID, like info@transact.com or support@transact.com, something like that. Then the company name, the domain name, then the brand name which the partner wants us to send when we are sending the mails to the users, so that it gives a native and a co-branding feeling to the user. Then this is the very important section where partners can set their commissions. The commissions could be between 0 to 5%. Whatever commission they want to charge over the transaction fees, they can charge it. This is the logo URL. So the mails that we are sending to the users, if the partner wants us to send the logo also along in the mail, in the like order status mail, then they can put their logo. We would be sending that in the mails to the users. Now this is the disable sending emails. Now suppose if a partner has done webhook integration where they want to query the order status and they want to send the mails to the users informing what is the status of the order. They don't want us to send the emails uh, on the order statuses or any type of communication with the users. So they can disable us from sending any emails. This is just a check that they need to do so that they can disable us from sending any sort of emails. Only one email would be sent to the users, that is a verification code. There is an option to skip that as well, that I would be talking in the query params. Now on the partner dashboard, there is also a help section which the partners can utilize. The general purpose of this particular help section is on the FAQs part. Like there are very common standard questions that are asked repeatedly by our partners, which we have experienced throughout so far. So questions like, do they need to do KYC on the staging environment? So basically, I have shown you the user flow on the global environment. We also have a testing environment which looks like this. It's just the URL difference, else all steps are same. There is also one difference, that we do not do any KYC on this, because this is a staging environment. The request goes to the sandbox environment where automatically the transactions are users are validated and the transaction goes through. I'm just showing you the staging environment flow as well. Yeah, you can see there is no KYC that is done. The KYC step is skipped over here. Okay, I think I'm buying a big amount. Anyways, so the purpose of actually what I wanted to tell is clear. Basically, the KYC is not done over here. So similarly, whatever the frequently asked questions which we have experienced so far, those are listed over here. If partner wants to raise any ticket to us, if their users are facing any issue, if their integration is broken, or if they are facing any challenge in terms of integration or post integration or throughout the sales cycle, maybe if they are facing any challenge, we have opened several options to communicate to us. One of the options is they can submit a ticket. So this is something comes to our ticketing system, and automatically it is assigned to the engineers, and this is being communicated and handled by the engineers within tight SLAs. So this was all about the partner dashboard, which is basically the self-serve tool. Next is the KYB. The second step is the KYB. Let me show you the KYB form. So this is the KYB form where the partners are supposed to upload a few documents for verification of the business. So once they have uploaded the documents, they are in a position to go live. Suppose this particular uploading they're doing and their engineering team wants to go ahead and do the integrations, definitely in parallel, they can go ahead and do the integrations using our staging environment. So here we go. This is the Bible of the Transact, where you can find the entire details, how to do an integration, about the crypto coverages, about the payment and the fees that we are charging, the locations that we are covering, the release notes that is available, the product roadmaps that is being planned for this year, for the next quarter, for next to next quarter. So all of these details can be found over here in this particular Git book. So this is what I was showing you. So this is the tech part, which of integration and all, which I would be focusing, that I showed you in the presentation, with basically how the SDK code installation that happens. So this quick guide, first I talked about the partner account dashboard creation. Then comes basically the integration. So you can see the options like testing credit card, social security number for the US location. So we have given these all credit card card details, card numbers, which our partners can use in the staging environment for testing purposes and for customization purposes. So this is basically the coverage, the coverage and of the payment methods and the coverage of the countries, the fiat currency coverages and all, which I was talking about. So people can jump, the partners can jump from the Gitbook to this particular link and just see the details that SEPA bank transfer, what is the fees, what's the payment method ID, what are the countries where it is supported, for KYC requirements, what all documents are required. So these are basically the general details that are available. Now this is the crypto coverage. So what all cryptos we are supporting, what's the name of it, what's the network of it. So all of these details are provided over here under the coverage and the capability section. This is the integration options. So we have several integration options. Different partners based on their requirements. Some partners wants to click on a button and redirect it to a new tab on a browser. So for that, we have this browser redirect integration option. Then some partners wants an iframe setup where it should open as an iframe. So this is an iframe code. Some partners, they are interested in browser integration codings like JavaScript or a JavaScript framework. It could be Angular, it could be Node.js, it could be React.js or Vue. So these options are also available. For mobile also, there are several options. So what I will do, I will pick this JavaScript code. So what we need to do, so now we are progressing towards the integration part, basically, which is the third part. Also, you can consider it as in parallel to the second part, that's KYB. So I just copied this code and so this is basically my website, which I have created only for the demonstration purpose. You can see that there is a buy token button that is created. If I click on it, it is not opening anything. So I've hosted it on my local. This is the basically the code where I have hosted it. And the code that I copied, it's already commented over here. So I'm just uncommenting it, and maybe Further, we will be adding few of the query params just to see the customization of the widget. So currently you can see this buy token is not launching anything. I have taken just the code from the JavaScript code from the installation section, and I pasted it here. Here you can see that the widget.js is there, which has all the standard functions that is being called on the widget. Then comes the query params, which the partners need to play around, and if they want to do any customization, suppose like as a case where they want the users to buy only GBP. So that is possible by just adding a query param over here. Suppose they want to restrict only purchase of ETH, or maybe ETH, DAI, then BTC, then that is they can pass the crypto list in the query params. Suppose they want to restrict only from purchase only from a limited networks, there is an option to pass only limited network list as well. So any kind of customization which is required, that can be achieved using the query params. If they want to specifically restrict the users to do only bank transfers, or maybe use only card payments, so that is also possible. They can send query in the query params, they can just pass the payment method as card payments, then the users will only see the option of card payments. There is also an option of hiding the fee calculations, because sometimes what happens, this looks very complicated for some partners if they are making any change or tweaking or customizing the widget. So in that case, they prefer to hide these calculations. So that is also possible. There are several other possibilities which I will show you. First, what I will do, what I have done primarily over here, I have added the script, and just in the button, I have added the buy button, buy crypto option. Saved it. Let me go to the website. My server is already up. That's why I'm able to launch the website. Great. Now I will click on the buy token. Here you go. So we can see that the widget has launched just by clicking on the buy token and adding few line of codes. So now if we want to play around with the different options, we can play around that. That particular document
Apple Pay for the first time.
Yeah.
You support Apple Pay?
We are planning to launch it, so that is in progress right now.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, so I was about to show you the query params document. Here is the query params document. I have just kept it handy, else you can also get redirected from the Transact doc. Yep. So you can see different query params available, API key, environment. So few are mandatory, which I am already passing in the code. Let me do one thing. Let me close this. It's not required. Yeah. You can see the API key, which I am already passing. The environment, it's staging environment. This is the dimension related parameters. So if suppose someone wants to launch within the Chrome extension, someone's preference is a website, someone's is on a mobile app. So for that particular purpose, we have given a customization option of the dimension through widget height and width. The future plan is also to make it responsive. So I'm passing the height and the width, the wallet address, and the theme color. Now suppose if I want to, so first I will talk about the different query parameters that are available. So API key, something that I showed you on the partner dashboard, which is basically the unique identifier for the partner, which they need to pass it so that we are able to recognize from which partner the request is coming. So this is a mandate field environment, then which is whether it is a staging testing environment or whether it is a production environment. So that is need to be passed. There's the cryptocurrency code. Suppose I pass it as let me take an example, ETH. I will save it and I will relaunch it.
And just a quick question, you had a customer account there specified in the file. Would you normally get that from MetaMask or something like that? Like it would be like a dynamic field?
You mean to say the wallet address?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So this is basically the partners can pass to us using this query param.
Okay, gotcha. I see.
Yeah. So now I just passed the crypto asset as ETH. So you can see that the ETH is only available over here. Suppose if I'm adding another option of DAI and saved it, refreshed it. Okay, I think I haven't saved it properly. Okay. Maybe let me try with some other option. What I will do. Yeah. Okay, my KYB is not done. So this is a good example. Suppose if I am trying to launch the production environment, production global transact.com. So definitely my KYB is not approved over here. You can see that KYB verification is pending on the partner dashboard. So for sure, I won't be able to launch the production widget. I won't be able to do any transactions. It will just load, but when I go to the option of buy and all, it won't happen down the line in the further steps. It will directly, the error message will pop up that my KYB verification, it's still pending. Yeah. So let me move to the next option of different query params. Suppose if I want to pass specifically of fiat currency, so there would be an option of fiat currency. Like let me take as GBP. I don't know, that's my favorite one. So I get an option staying in India as INR. Yeah. So you can see I have restricted myself. I have restricted basically, suppose considering myself as a owner of this website and a partner of Transact. I want my users to do transactions only using GBP against ETH. So similarly, they can pass. Uh, suppose they can pass like over here as a list also. So let me not go into that because that may again I will have to make a few changes in that. So there is an option where partners can send us multiple options as well, multiple they can pass a list of crypto tokens as well, where they can allow their users to buy only from specific crypto list. There are other query params also. Maybe just I will quickly glance through each of the query params and give you a sense of usability, how that is supposed to be utilized. Cryptocurrency code is uh, like pretty clear from the name itself. If some partner wants to send a list of cryptocurrencies, then they can use cryptocurrency list. And in case if they want to set a particular cryptocurrency as default, then there is an option of default. So whenever a user lands on the widget, they would always be seeing the default cryptocurrency. Sorry. Now there is an option of sending multiple networks, so they can send it in this array of networks. If suppose they want to forever they want to use only one particular network, then they have an option of using this field as well as network. Maybe they can also pass only one network in this networks field. This is the wallet address. So whether the user is having MetaMask, or whether the user is having Terra account, or maybe liquidity account, so any particular account they have, they can pass the address over here. They suppose if there is an integration with an exchange, so the exchange smart contract account can also be passed over here. We would be depositing to that particular account, and from there the redirection could happen to the user's account. So I can expand and I can also see the details of the query params, what it is basically. So you can see this is the wallet address data. That, you can see this is basically an object type where specifically we are showing that what is the network type and what is the address type and what is basically the coin type. So this will come as an object and it will be auto-filled by the widget into the designated fields. There's the fiat currency, the country code, the fiat amount, the default network.
So for example, Kumar, you could automatically choose like the first address that's in their MetaMask or something like that, and then allow them to change it, like if they wanted to.
Yeah, so there is an option that the users can go and they can tweak the wallet address. Now suppose if the partner doesn't want this to be editable, we can also make it non-editable. There is a query param, like let me show you that query param. Disable wallet address form. So if the partner is using disable wallet address form, so it won't happen that someone will come over here with a MetaMask account and then they change it to some other account. So this can also be made as non-editable.
Mm-hmm.
This is the access token. So we have some partners who don't want to do the verification, don't want us to send verification code to the user's email address, which I was telling you that if the partner is disabling us from sending any of the emails, then one email is something that is mandatory that we send. That's basically the verification code. So for sure, as for one time only, we would be sending the verification code to just create an account for the user. But from next time, if partner doesn't want to send us an email of verification code to the users, they can send us an access token, which would be specifically for the users, by which we would be identifying that this user belongs to this particular account, and we won't be sending any verification code to those users. Now, this is the, I think I missed a few options over here. Yeah, the payment methods, which I was telling, partner can specify what all payment methods they want. These are the different options that are available currently. Default payment method. Disable payment method is also available, where someone can go and disable some specific payment methods, which maybe if that is not relevant because of some, you can say if that comes under the purview of some legal or compliance reasons, or maybe some different situation, they can disable that. This is the user's email. So some partners send us the email ID of the users directly from their website, because users would have logged in already on their websites, so they don't want the users to again enter the email ID or maybe a different email ID. So that's why they pass those email IDs for on users behalf, and we use those email IDs to create an account for the users. They can also pass some general informations like the first name, the last name, email ID, mobile number, the address, date of birth. These all details in this user data object. Now, these are the advanced versions of query params. Basically, it is used moreover for customizations and more readability purposes for the comfort of the users. This is partner order ID. Suppose if the partner has done webhook integrations with us and they want to query the order status. So definitely, if they want to query the order status, they will have to pass something, some ID, which would be stored into their system as an order ID. So that is something, a partner order ID, by which they send to us, and internally we map our order ID and the partner's order ID. And later, when they want to query the order details, they can use the partner order ID, and we would be sharing the order history, order information, order details with the partners through the API, which I would be showing you. This is the partner customer ID. So suppose any partner has enabled sharing user data with us. So they need to pass a user identification on the widget when they are calling our widget, so that we are able to store the user ID mapping with our user ID. And later point of time, when they want to query the user informations, they can use this partner customer ID to query it. Access token, I already spoke about it. Redirect URL is, suppose this is like suppose someone is opening the widget on a browser. So this opens as a dialog. Now, after the order is complete, they would want it to redirect it back to their website, or maybe to some other deep link to some other page. So in that case, they put these redirect URLs. Once the order is completed, then the users are redirected to the deep link, or to the specifically to the website they want them to land after the orders are completed. So this is what I mentioned previously. Like, suppose if any partner wants to make the wallet address text box as non-editable, they can do it. So is auto-filled user data. So if a partner is passing the user data object, they should also pass this auto-filled user data. If they set it as Boolean true, then definitely we will be auto-filling the user details into the widget. And then they can confirm it as part of the KYC and go to the next step. This is from the CSS perspective, where they can change the theme color of the widget, so that gives a co-branding and native feeling to the users. This is the HTML part, where they can change the height these are basically the HTML CSS parts. This is the hide menu option. Suppose if the partner doesn't want to show this menu to the users, then They can also hide this. These are basically terms, privacy policy, then order history. So users can track the order history from the menu option itself. Now, suppose if a user has initially came from MetaMask, uh, then next time they come from Elrond, or third time they come from some other partner. So in that case, it's not that every time they need to do the KYC. If they're using the same email ID, then definitely they don't need to do any KYC further after the first time when they have already done. So we would have already created an account for them, and whatever purchases they are doing from different partners, it's okay. They can see their order history over here.
I love that fact that that's transferable across different applications, right? You take care of it once and then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, great. So this is the hide exchange screen. So what happens? We have different APIs currently available, like the fiat currency API, then the cryptocurrency API, then the conversion, the pricing API that gives the quotation from INR to ETH. So some partners, they don't want to show this particular screen. On their website itself, they will show that what is the conversion price from INR to ETH. If they are showing it on their website, then this doesn't make any sense. Definitely they would want to skip this particular page and go directly to the wallet page, or maybe directly to the KYC page. So in that case, they can also skip this exchange screen, for which they can simply use this particular Boolean query param, in which in this they can pass simply as true, and we won't be showing the the exchange screen to the users. If they want to disable any of the cryptos, now suppose in case if in India, maybe for some reason you cannot buy ETH using INR, or maybe you cannot buy ETH or BTC. So definitely the partners of India, they would prefer to disable ETH or disable BTC. So for that matter, simply they can disable the crypto using this particular parameter. Is fee calculation hidden? So they can also hide the fee calculation, which I was talking about previously. This is the exchange screen title. If someone wants to change the title of the screen, they can use this param, and they can simply change the title of the screen. That is also available. So these are the few query params that are currently available, using which the partners can do the customization and do the integration, show to their users the widget the way they want. There are a few more important things that are available over here, like the order statuses. What is someone has placed, suppose a user has placed an order, and the partner wants to give the order status to the user, so they can use these all events. These are basically JavaScript events you can consider, using which they can let the users know what is the current order status. This is the order flow. This would take another 30 minutes if I get into the details of it. So this is the KYC status and the user status and the JavaScript events throughout the widget when the flow happens. So these are the events which the partners can track. Maybe if they would have written some cron job where they want to know at what point the widget is, basically the flow is, maybe the order is created or is it cancelled, or the widget someone has closed. So if they want to build a metric on that, they can use these all JavaScript events.
Amazing. Kumar, we have a couple questions, some great questions. I want to make sure we leave enough time to get to them. Do you mind if I ask those questions now?
Yeah, sure. So I think I'm almost done explaining the process of integration and also the customization options that are available. So great, you also inform me about the questions that are there. So let's jump to the questions. I will just stop sharing my screen now.
Sure. Amazing. And yeah, I'm blown away by the customizability. I mean, this is an integration where if you wanted to set it up quickly, right? If you wanted to do, 5 minutes, an hour, something like that, it can be done. But you can also do all of the customization that you'd like to do. You can do user studies, and you can figure out, okay, this information is important. We want to exclude this. We do, and so you can tailor it exactly as you'd like it to your application.
Yeah.
So thank you for taking us through and showing us all those details. So this first question comes from Dan in Denver, and I'm going to read these questions out. And he says, this integration looks very useful. Is this only available for EVM-compatible chains so far, or are there now or planned to be integrations for substrate-based parachains, such as Polkadot or Kusama, and other assets to be available to buy and have credited into a parachain user's account other than Moonbeam and Moonriver?
Okay, so it is available for EVM, and additional informations are something that we will have to look into it. So maybe I would request him to send a mail to the partner support at the rate transact.com. Then we can investigate further and look at the side chains or the different liquidity options, and we can better give an elaborated and the best perfect answer to it.
For sure. And I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but Transact is live for Moonriver and Moonbeam, right? So Glimmer, Moonriver, it's not available in the US, I think, for those particular assets. But Transact does support other assets in the US, and hopefully it's something that can be supported for Moonriver and Moonbeam in the US down the road.
Yeah. So Transact is available in US. There are some cryptocurrencies that we are supporting, but we are trying our best to make other several cryptocurrencies also available for the Americans. This is due to some regulatory situations, but we are working hard, and definitely we would be able to support in the US regions for the Americans, maybe in some time.
Oh, I know you are, and we appreciate your hard work. The second question is from a user named P, and the question is, great stuff. I really like your Transact. I'll probably try it out. The only thing I want to ask is this blocking. Is the blocking of currencies, is this done on the front end, or is this something that's verified through the back end when a request is made? Or is it something where a user can effectively just change the request that's being sent and purchase a cryptocurrency that's maybe blocked from the front end?
So you can block the view of the cryptocurrencies from the front end, where the users will definitely get restricted and they won't get an option of changing the crypto assets. And suppose if you want to block specific cryptocurrencies, then definitely you can let us know. When we are in integration discussions, we can enable those features also from the backend. But current situation is you can block the visibility of the crypto assets. By that, automatically the users are restricted to only the particular crypto asset that you would have shown on your website, on your domain. That's what
Amazing.
the query param is disabled crypto is available for that purpose.
Very cool. And one more follow-up question related to that is, can I use Transact on static sites such as Jam, Stack, or IPFS only sites? Or do you have to have a centralized backend to be able to integrate this?
Absolutely no. You can if it is a decentralized environment, you can absolutely use it. You don't need to have a server-backed systems. You can use in the decentralized environment. Absolutely.
Very, very cool. So Kumar, I also read that you're launching a white label API service. So right now, you mentioned that you can include your app's logo in an email. You can also include like certain wording and things like that. Could you tell us a little bit more about this API white label service?
Yeah. So white label solutions are basically that sounds more native towards the partners if they want to give an absolute native feeling to their users. So currently we have the widget integrations, which is definitely customizable. A lot of options of customizations are available. But however, if we break it down into, if we want to break it down into a white label solution, then we need to have specifically APIs for each of the stage of the widget. So suppose for exchange, we have the APIs available. For KYC, we need to have a separate API, or maybe the partners want to pick uh, a vendor from outside, outsourcing of the KYCs. So that if that should also be made possible. For payment also, a different altogether, or an option for the partners, maybe if they want to outsource it, and then later the invoicing, and that comes into picture. So this particular solution of white label, we are working on that, and maybe I believe that in tentatively Q2 is the time that we are planning to launch that. Currently I am like collecting requirements from different partners, understanding what kind of solutions they are looking for. White label, more and more suggestions, or more and more requirements that I am getting. We are trying to add that into the white label solution. We have already wireframed it. It's in the development phase right now. So probably tentatively I could say in Q2 we would be ready with that.
Oh, very, very cool. And we saw that hint of the Apple Pay. That's very cool. Was there anything else on the roadmap that you wanted to highlight, or did we cover kind of like the biggest things?
Yeah, so there are several other things. I'm very excited to talk about that. We have just relaunched support in India for users to buy in Indian INR rupees, basically. And just to saw the Apple Pay. So we are shortly launching the Apple Pay as well, and many more payment methods to be supported in different regions, geographical locations. That is also being planned. And the most exciting plan that is in the early next quarter is of Off-Ramp, which we are building. And also additionally, we are building corporate on-ramp solutions for the businesses, where they can buy the crypto through us. And yeah, these are the few of the roadmaps that are available, which are possibly in the next quarter, or maybe next to next quarter.
Amazing. I think that's all the time we have for today. Kumar, I want to thank you so much for taking all the time today and doing an amazing job of showing us in great detail and walking through these great questions that people have had. I feel so lucky to be a part of this, and we're great to have you, and we're great to have Transak being compatible with Moonriver and Moonbeam. I can't wait to see what people build, and what how they use Transact and use it to integrate it into their applications.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for giving me this opportunity, so that I was able to show to the audience that how easily they can integrate with us. And I would be very excited if you guys reach to me, and I would be pleased to help you in facilitating the integrations. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Kumar. And thanks
Thank you.
everyone for joining us today. Thanks for the great questions.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
We'll see you in the next one.